Hello, hello, hello. So I love sharing thoughts and ideas on how to add things to my games or improve my games. And this is a great conversation I've had. I don't know why that's out for review. I'll have to look at that. I haven't seen that yet. I responded. I just responded and I've lost it now. Oh, come on. Here we go. Infugo Tony. Sorry if I get that wrong. So I just wanted to share my thoughts. So he's talking about like a obviously an official Formula One like team thing. But check this out. If you wanted to add money and finances, so very simple. You use credits. So for instance, a team will earn 1 point per race of the season for every entry, right? So every entry. So teams that are guaranteed at least 10 points on the end of the season for just putting a driver in the race, right? They get another point, another credit. These should be called credits, so I don't confuse people. 1 credit per entry, and then 1 credit per race for every finisher, right? So just for finish, one car, at least one car, at least one car. So imagine this. Now, how important is it to not have DNFs, right? So that means at the end of a season, if a team doesn't win anything but at least puts a car in, they're going to make 10 credits. Let's say they get that guy finishes every race, but they don't win anything. That's another 10 credits, right? So that means a team that doesn't win anything, but at least puts a car in and has them finish, they're going to make at least 20 credits on the season, right? Now imagine this. We also give a point for championship points. So every team at the end of the season, let's say a team has, I don't know, 25 points, and let's say they finished. They put obviously a racer in every 20. God, not points, credits. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud here as I just do this. And let's say they get a 10. Oops. Did I pause it? I think no. Okay. They get another 10 credits for racing, just for racing. And let's say they had 7 finishers, right? They had 7 credits for finishing races, right? So this team, let's say this is BRM, this is their season. They had 35, they earned 42 credits for the season. And let's say it costs 10 credits to improve. Actually, we should say this. It should cost you so many points to maintain what you have. So what's BRM's total points? Let me pull up my stuff here. Sorry, I'm brainstorming, guy. You've got me thinking, how can we do this, right? So Big Country Racing. Let's go ahead and take a look at. I haven't played this on my channel yet because I'm waiting for this book to come in the mail. When the book comes, I'm going to share it on the channel. So BRM is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So BRM is 11 points, right? So check it out. So BRM is an 11-point team. They earned 42 credits, right? So just to maintain what they have, they're going to have to spend 11 of this credits, right? So they're already 42. That's what they earned. But BRM is 11 to maintain. They earned 42. So before we can even add a point, we got to take 11 off. So they're down to 31 credits remaining, right? And now we decide, you have a rule that says to buy a point, to buy a single point in the off season costs, let's say, 1 point equals 20 credits, right? So they have to first maintain what they already have, 11. That leaves them 31. They could spend 20 more to buy a point. So then I would go back over here, let's say in the off season. Again, I'm just brainstorming. This is not, you can take this for what it's worth, right? Whoops, right here. So BRM, I could literally, and remember a negative point would not cost you anything. A 0 wouldn't cost you anything. So right, BRM would be looking at this going, okay, there's a max. By the way, the max, so people know the max is +5, the worst is -5. Okay, so you know that. So everybody should know the highest rating a team could be is +5, the lowest the team could be is -5. So I could get their qualify up to the best possible qualify with a 20-point credit buy, or I could buy up their start, buy up their pit, or improve their rally, right? And then I would have left over. So let's say I do that. Let's say I'm going to add to their start. So I buy one start point for 20 creds. And I will go into the off season. So BRM will go into the next season with 11 points. So they're at least, which is pretty cool. Which is cool about this is they're going to need that to maintain. Well, now they're up to 12 points. I bought one, right? So they're building a little bit of a bank, right? And if they have a good year, well, they're going to keep building like great teams do. They keep making money, right? And let's say, again, a bad team. So what's cool about this is they're going to have to earn. Let's say they had a bad year, but they did put a racer in for 10. So they're going to make 10 credits just for getting into 11 races. And this is what's important if a racer gets injured and he misses a number of races. If you're a single team with only one driver and that guy gets hurt for 4 weeks, you don't put a car on the track for 4. You're not even going to make back your 10 credits, right? So I think this is a great way to do it. Just make it simple points. Award 1 point for showing up for a race. Award another point at the end of the race for anybody who finishes. So a DNF, it costs you basically half of what you could possibly earn. And then, of course, at the end of the season, championship points count as credits toward. And then you have to pay what your team's already worth. So these teams that aren't very good, if they have a decent season, like this team down here, these guys are only worth 3 points, right? So if they have a pretty good year, they're going to be able to kick things up a notch, right? Now, how would we go down? That's the question. That's the question I leave for you guys. How would you regress? Because that is the kicker, right? Why is it saying search? So you regress because you don't earn any points, and then you can't pay, right? So that makes total sense. So let's say BRM has a rough year, and for some reason they only earn 5 credits. Well, they know they need 12 to maintain, so we subtract 12. They earned 5. They're down. They're actually going to be down to, so they earned 5. They had 16. They would go into the offseason with 16. They currently have 12. So they would end up going into the next season with only 4 points, but they would be able to maintain their quality for 1 more year, right? If they have another bad year, they're going to start going into the hole. They're going to start losing points, right? So that's an idea. This might be it might be too good to give them all 2 points per race. So maybe you don't get a point for entering a race. You get a point for completing a race. So maybe, because if not, you can make they could have made a ton of money. So you might want to make it, they get a credit for every race they finish. So if they finish 10 races, they're going to get 10 credits. Then if they have championship points, they get a point for every championship point. That's a credit, right? So instead of, here we go. So instead of this, let's say they had 25 championship points, 7 for finishing. They would have come out of this with 32. 11 has to be spent to maintain what they have. They're down to 21, and then it costs 20 to buy a point. They have 1 point going into the offseason. That would be more realistic, and then you can have teams really struggle to pay what they currently have. If you imagine what these teams are, this is their value. This is how good it is. So this costs them 4, whatever it costs them a year. So again, if they don't have enough next year, they're going to have to start taking points off, right? Something like that, right? Anyway, yeah, max points. I think I've got my max points written in here for what a max rating is. Did I not put those in the book? Okay. So what you guys need to know is the maximum rating you can have is 5. The worst rating you can have is -5, right? And that you might have been able to glean that from the chart, right? I have a +5 here. I have a -5 here. So these guys are the worst. They can't get any worse here. These guys cannot get any better here, right? They can only lose points. But it's going to cost, like BRM, it's costing them 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's costing them 11 points a year just to maintain. We got 5 here for these guys. -2, doesn't cost them anything for their quality, right? 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 5, 5. So definitely BRM is the most expensive team out there, right? And again, you're rolling dice, the luck of the draw on that. You pay a lot of money and guys wreck cars, right? So pretty cool. Okay, I just wanted to share this because it's such a cool thing that you guys are actually enjoying the game. But more importantly, I love the idea of teams changing annually. I didn't include that because I didn't want people to be concerned about the team so much as about cars, drivers, and crews, and I wanted that fictional idea of these were like the historic teams that all of these drivers come and go, cars come and go, crews come and go. So anyway, but I agree it should have maybe a simple financial module with simple changes to teams annually. Brilliant. So go for it, and that's my idea. As far as doing a license, like an official F1 or NASCAR from me, I don't know if I'm qualified to rate real life NASCAR or real life Formula One. I know racing, and I love racing from the 1960s, 50s. I followed F1 a little bit, but I got to tell you, if you were to say, hey, what do you think about the 2016, rating the 2016 Formula One teams? I don't know how comfortable I would be doing that, right? Based on what I know about Formula One, modern Formula One. But go for it because I think it's a great idea. So, anyway, all right, everybody out there, have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.